Good morning, folks, and welcome to episode 2 of the Mountain Mile Challenge. Today's wintry old affair takes us across to the Lake District, where I'll bag some Wainwrights, namely Pavey Arc, to start us off. So, as the weather worsens, I make a steady and relatively slow ascent up Stickle Gill. So we'll check in a little bit further up the route, and we'll just see how this weather pans out. Well, folks, true to form, made a bit of a start, and the weather's already come in. It's been lashing it down just down there. I'm about 20% of the way up, and now we're in the middle of a hailstorm shower, which is, well, it's just come to an end. So I think we're in for an interesting one here. This is a fantastic walk. This is Stickle Gill, which is the waterfall which goes all the way up feeds in from Stickle Tarn, which is there. And this chap here is Pavey Arc, which is where we're headed. So if the weather keeps off and we're looking at blue skies, it's Jack's Rake, Grade 1 Scramble. I'll give that a go, I'm excited about that. It's a while since I've done it. If not, there's an alternative route which takes us up and around and up over the top of Pavey Arc, down onto Harris and Stickle, and then across to Pike Stickle, which is quite a famous, well-known mountain, which you can see from the majority of peaks in the Lake Districts in all fact. So it's going to be an interesting walk. So I'll check in a little bit further up. I don't know if you can see the waterfall just up here. That's going to be pretty spectacular. So we'll catch you up there. Well, here we are, about halfway up Stickle Gill, and just following the waterfalls, which you'll have seen so far. There's been a lot of rainfall, so the waterfalls are pretty strong today. A lot of the rivers down the bottom are in spate. We've got a lot of rainfall even now as we speak, and even some more hailstone as well. So I'm going to head further up here. We'll go up to Stickle Tarn. Now this is the main path going up Stickle Gill, and in actual fact in a lot of places it's a complete river. So Jack's Rake, which you'll see, that's Pavey Arc up there. Jack's Rake is a Grade 1 Scramble which traverses a very narrow ridge across the whole northern flank of Pavey Arc itself. Now I've been up there a few times, and it's nearly always wet. But in these conditions, the likelihood is it's going to be an absolute river, in which case I haven't really got the gear to tackle that. So I will inspect it, see how it goes, but otherwise I'll be the longer trek around the back of Pavey Arc up onto the summit. I'll go around to Tunata Knot, come back down to Harris and Stickle, and then head a little bit further west over to Pike Stickle, and then head my way back down over the fells, and then back down to the car park, which is where the van is, where there will be a lovely hot cup of tea and some more dry clothes. So without further ado, let's see if we can see the view. And so, in spite of the weather, which was certainly worsening, winds encroaching 50-55 mile an hour, I made it up to Stickle Tarn and Pavey Arc. So really the big question there was, do I tackle Jack's rake or do I take the easier path and probably safer path around the back of Pavey Arc and up onto the summit. Well folks, here we are, been at the top of the first scramble. We're almost at the summit, a couple hundred feet, maybe not even that left. All we've got left really now is this final scramble. A little bit of 3 points contract up there, but nothing too crazy. The weather's been mental. It's been hailstorm, it's been rain, there's been snow, there's been blustering wind, but it's been cracking, I must admit. Absolutely belting hike. So we're just going to push up onto the top now really. That'll probably only take us 15 minutes or so. We'll be up the top, we'll get some views up there. As you can see, the sheep up there. He's been my hiking companion for this part of the scramble. I might share my sandwich with him, you never know. Right, off we go. Well, wow, that was tough going. At the top of Pavey Arc now, the wind as you came up to the summit was whipping across. It was forecast for 55, 60 mile-an-hour winds, and I think that's exactly what we've got. So really all we've got left now, I'm going to wing my way across over to that peak there, which is Harrison Stickle. I was going to head a little bit further west, which is another way in right, but in fairness the cloud cover is not going to be much. It's blustery. I'm going to stop here and take refuge in this little wall here, and then have a sandwich. And take in the views and enjoy this little bit of respite from the harsh conditions. Make my way over to Harrison Stickle, and there's going to be the slippery descent back down to the van, so we'll check it a bit further on, guys. Well folks, there's Pavey Arc. Wind's died down a little bit. There's Stickle Top, following the volley down the bottom, which is the way we came up. And up here we've got the summit to Harrison Stickle. So I'm just going to make an ascent up here whilst enjoying the respite from the hail and the wind. It's been pretty brutal. So we'll see what the views are like up the top. We may even be able to see Langdale Pike. I'll let you know when we get there. Really just taking this this flank down here. It's very waterlogged. I'm just going to be heading off along this direction over here, which is going to take us on my descent back down to back down to the car park. Distance wise, not too far, a couple of miles, but 2,300, 2,500 foot descent. It's slippy, very, very slippy underfoot, so I'm just going to take it easy. I've got the Old Faithfuls on. These ones are, they've done a lot of miles, these, well over 2,000 miles, these boots. And I only put them on because my other scarpers are absolutely soaking wet from the Cheviot, believe it or not. I guess the radiators haven't done the business. So it was the Old Faithfuls today, and true to form, absolute belters. Right, catch some photographs of the waterfalls on the way down, and then it's cup of tea time. My Scottish tea bags. Get in. Well, we finally made it back to the van. Just getting nice and warmed and drying off those gloves again. What a wintry adventure that was. There's been so much rainfall over the past couple of days here at the Lake District. All the rivers are in spate. The waterfalls up here, of which there are a lot, leading up Stickle Gill, up to Stickle Tarn at the top there. They were absolutely fantastic. What a brilliant, brilliant walk. I wasn't expecting snow, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't expecting snow at all, so I wasn't prepared for that clothing wise, but nevertheless that was one of the main factors that I didn't do Jack's rake, because in actual fact it was Jack's waterfall. It was just it was too much. I didn't have the right gear for that. However, I'll not be beaten. We'll get that the next time. Just another excuse to head back here, so that'll be good. So yeah, we got to the top, kind of camped out a little bit, spent a bit of time, got a bit of refuge from the wild winds and the hail up at Stickle Tarn, and then made a little bit of a kind of round robin around the back of Pavey Arc. A nice little scramble, nice easy grade one, very easy grade one scramble up the back of Pavey Arc. I get to the top because it's so exposed. Wow, the wind was unbelievable. I need to take some respite behind some a stone wall, and I got a cup of tea and you know, just got kind of trying to get warmed up a little bit, get out of the elements a little bit. Made myself a nice cuppa, got warmed up, got fueled up a little bit, and then head off a little bit further off over to Harris and Stickle. And that is that's not too far actually. It's a very short walk. But then of course we got the ascent, and when I came down from Harris and Stickle, I took the immediate kind of route down. I didn't go on to Pike or Stickle simply because of the weather. So off I went on the way down. And one thing that I would absolutely say when you're hiking in the hills, and especially in bad conditions, even if you've got the right gear, the correct footwear, you've got to be so careful. On my descent, I came a cropper. I'm always very careful. There's 3 points of contact, but it was on a grade 1 scramble on the way down on the descent, and what I thought was solid rock turned out it was just because there was so much waterfall going over it. There's so much moss and plankton, and it's just very, very greasy. I lost my footing and I went a cropper. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all, actually. You know, when you just kind of the adrenaline kicks in and you just do a little bit of a body scan. Am I all right? Am I all right? Yes, I am. Get up and go. So it was one of those, but I must admit I did take my time a little bit more. Not that I was breaking any world speed records anyway, mind you, but I did take it easy, and I was very grateful to get back to the warmth and comfort of the van for a nice hot cup of tea and to get in front of the fire. So that was mountain number 2, Pavey Arc, done and dusted, out the way. Really enjoyed that one. Like we said right at the start, I'm doing this to raise funds, much needed funds, for the charity Young Minds. The guys there are absolutely incredible. They're doing a great job with our young folk. There's a link in the description there to my Just Giving page. If you feel you can and you want to, and you've got the inclination to drop a few quid in, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much. And if not, like I said the last time, don't worry, we've got 12 months of this. So there's plenty of time, that's for sure. So, you can probably hear the rain lashing down on top of the van again. It's been doing that all day, quite literally all day. So what I'm going to do is plan the next mission, which will be Scafell Pike, the highest peak in England. Which, in fairness, when I was up on the top there, heading over Harrison Stickle, if the weather had been better, I would have been able to see Scafell Pike, but of course it was just horrendous up there. Absolutely blistering gales and freezing cold, so I didn't hang around to wait for that view. We'll see it in person next week, hopefully. So next Sunday, which is the 1st, I'm keeping a close eye on the weather. There are weather warnings. It doesn't look great, so I might have to reschedule it, but nevertheless, Scafell Pike is the biggest in England, and it's a good mountain, that one. I really enjoyed. So that really concludes it for today's adventure. If you like what you're seeing, do feel free to leave a comment. Like I said, do visit the Just Giving page. There's some more details about the challenge and what's involved with that as well. And if you feel inclined, of course, do get in contact with Young Minds as well. And if there's anything that you guys can do to help out and raise some money, well, of course, that is fantastic. So the challenge, the Mountain Miles challenge, that's 2 under the belt. The Cheviot's done, and now Pavey Arc. In actual fact, I did Pavey Arc, I did Harrison Stickle, and 2 others as well. So I managed to bag 4 Wainwrights in today's. So the challenge is to ascend just over 52,000 foot, which of course is twice the height of Everest, and the target is £1,500. We're on my way. I'm over £100 already, and I haven't really even started. And that's just through friends, families, and colleagues. Thank you for your support, everybody. So, with no further ado, I'm just gonna get myself in front of the fire, get myself warmed up a little bit more, and start thinking about the next adventure. So in the meantime, I hope everybody stays safe and keep doing what makes you happy. That's what it's all about. Okay, over and out.